Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be all about your person, the person on your mind, whether this is a twin flame, soulmate, a crush, whoever comes to your mind. This will be about them, their current thoughts and feelings for you. So we have 4 piles from the left to right. The first pile is through the veils of illusion, embrace the truth. The second card that we have is You Are Not Alone. The third card or pile that we have is I Am Infinite. And the fourth card that we have is Ignite Passion. Pause if you need a little longer, pick the one which calls your name the most. Now I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello pile number 1, if you choose the card of Through the Veils of Illusion, Embrace the Truth. This will be your reading. What's on this person's mind? Their current thoughts and feelings. Something about awakening realizations is what I'm hearing. This could be a divine counterpart. This could be someone that heavily triggers you. Now, this reading does give me the vibe that you are going to receive additional messages, not just about this person, but your connection and yourself, and what is also going on during this phase or timeline in your life. And a lot of what you're going through at a spiritual level is pretty similar to this person. So I might say a few things which would be true for you as well. There's strong Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries. Capricorn is very strong. So there is fixed sign energy, which does signify some sort of rigidity or stubbornness. This is the Ace of Pentacles opening card. Again, this is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, stationary yet solid energy. I feel like this person's spiritual momentum might be slower than yours. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, dealing with feelings of insecurity, unworthiness, jealousy, possessiveness, inadequacy mainly. 10 of Swords. I'm actually using this deck after a really long time. So you do have heavy energy, especially with the 10 of Swords. It does say finality and temperance, coming into balance, Sagittarius energy. Ooh, you know what this tree reminds me of? Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and the serpent and the forbidden fruit. There's something about rest over here. There's something about slowing down over here. There's something about strong contemplation. Where do I want to take this connection? Do I even want to take it ahead? That's also one thing I'm hearing. 10 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. So there is something pre-existing between the both of you. There are feelings, or there is an attachment, or there is a foundation. I guess I would say that we have two of wands in the star bottom of the deck. I feel like your person is someone that doesn't exactly know what they're doing or where they're going in their life. I think this person has a tendency of getting lost in their thoughts pretty often. I think they are pretty stable, but there are some cracks in the foundation. I think I could say that. The Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles is indicating some sort of fear that comes from investing, that comes pertaining to like investing in this connection. Furthermore, like if this is a friendship or like a situationship, or there's like a very minute level of I'm going to say pre-existing foundation or investment or relationship, or the both of you have some sort of like um designation, or how I'm gonna say this, like you already know each other to a degree. And I think that the question is on this person's end, that they, somebody would not be thinking so much and feeling so much with the Ten of Swords in consideration to investment if you weren't important, or if they didn't want to. But I think that the fear is a lot about this subconscious, or I think I'm going to say subconscious fear playing out. Am I worthy of it? And this person could also have a fear of being seen. So I don't think they're completely aware of why they're thinking about themselves in the way that they are. That does make them act in a way in which it's not consistent towards you, or it's not, you do tend to question what the hell is going on over here, and why are they doing this when I know that they want more. Earth energy in reverse again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The word that spirit is highlighting for me is practicality. There's definitely childhood wounds that are stopping this person from pursuing this connection, not because they're not that interested, I'm gonna say that, because it's not always very safe to tell the viewer that they really like you, and they're not doing this because they have their own issues. If somebody on the other end is not strong enough or mature enough to completely apprehend the concept that somebody likes you but still is not acting on it, if somebody has a tendency to fix people or wait on people, that can be harmful. Do you get my point? So I always try to put that out there, that just because somebody has feelings for you doesn't mean you're obligated to wait for them or to clean up their act. So a lot of work goes into reminding yourself that somebody is capable, however, they're not able to do that. I think that contradicts itself. How can I explain this, Spirit? That some people, they don't know how to untangle themselves, and that's where most people get stuck, especially when it comes to a romantic partner that they have very strong feelings for. So this might be a connection you are finding it difficult to break away from. um if that is your situation, it doesn't have to be for all the people that are watching this. A lot of people would be watching this, so you have to really pick and choose which message resonates with you. Not everything would be for you. So we have the card of Uranus. So this push and pull between them their own energies is what's causing them to act in a very inconsistent manner. It does make you feel like this person is not a very considerate person. Sometimes you do question what are their real motives. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, Ten of Cups, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. The intention, I would say, is there, okay, for most of you. The intention is there. It's more based off what can I get, okay. I get this energy that this person thinks about their investment in this relationship as a business deal. It's not just about a relationship. um and I think it's because this person thinks about it in a very logical manner, and this type of I guess I'm going to say equating with the relationship like a business deal means that you are not seeing it as just love. You're seeing it as something where you, what will you also get back, whether it's in the future or right now. So this person's mentality is more based on how's it going to make them look, how's it going to make them feel, what it is going to do for them. It's not 100% based off the relationship and the love aspect and the love and the emotional quotient aspect. It is somewhere, more, because this is opening the spread, the Ace of Pentacles and the Temperance. It's in a balanced form, like temperance is also give and take, equality. So this person does think about like giving as much as they get and vice versa, like they will do this and they expect that to come back in return. So that's somewhere I do feel is not always helpful in relationships. It is a mindset aspect, it could be taught to them. That's just how they view a relationship. It could also come from this place, and I think it could be in you as well, where you probably think the same somewhere, because maybe you've been really hurt in the past and now you're just like, love hasn't done much for me, so now I'm just going to see what can I also get back in return. So you have to realize that maybe you're not in this connection completely and solely for the purpose of emotional connectivity and love. I'd say you're also there because of maybe some sort of neediness or loneliness factor, or maybe you just feel like, you are attached to this person and let's just make the best of what I can out of this situation. So that's what I'm seeing about the both of you. You're thinking about it more, and I guess in an opportunistic, I guess that's the word, you get my point, right? In that manner, and you're thinking about it as what I get out of this opportunity, because this connection is already there. I am very hooked onto this person, so what can I make the best out of it? Which I can see your point of view and your person's as well. But I think a shadow attribute that you might not want to overlook is that this connection is somewhere more attachment than just love. I am not defying the, the connection that you have with this person, because there are some people that you don't feel very, very strong connection with this person. You just have fond feelings for someone. For a few of you, you have been in a relationship with this person for 5-7 years. And for a few of you, this is also a marriage where things have been difficult. But it's in a sense, if it's specifically for the ones that are married to this person or have been something about being married, I think this is just a phase. Both of you are worn out because other things in your life are kind of adding to this situation as of now. I'm going to say that. I'm going to read about the Uranus card from the guidebook, because this Uranus card is representing your person's energy as of now. For an alchemist, this may be experienced as a long awaited aha moment or a sudden stroke of genius. Inventions and innovations are born under Uranus energy. We are in for a surprise, not in the outer world, but in ourselves. So I did say the word awakening. It says awakening, brilliance, and individualism. To ponder the opposite perspective. So ego tripping. I think that the universe is somewhere, challenging this person's perspective in relationships, no matter where you are with this person, um, or whoever they are to you. I think that at this point, this person is being challenged to think outside of the box in a way in which, what does outside of the box mean? It means we're thinking outside of our own box where our limited perspective has been. So right now they're being challenged to think about this connection in a broader aspect, with a broader sense of being as well. You think about it, there are endless possibilities in a sense, right? That brings me back to the card that you chose, which is see through the veils of illusion, embrace the truth. So something about their own truth was being concealed for a long time. I think this person was not able to see your perspective due to the insensitivity that they had towards their own struggles. And Uranus with this push and pull is a sense of, I feel like this person feels, like sensitive towards you, but then they also push back into their cave, or I'm not going to say a comfort zone, but yeah, somewhere where it does make them feel a little bit safer and comfortable with their own thoughts and the process that they're going through. And I think that you might be I get a very sure energy that you might also be acting in this way, like you want to come out of your comfort zone, but you also want to go back into it. I think that some of you wait on this person to message you, ask you out to hang out, and things like that. And some of you, your person is waiting for you to do that. We have the, what do we call it, King of Pentacles in the reverse, Father of Roots. So again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's all opening up with the sense of wanting to build, and they're aspiring and striving for stability in their life. I don't think this is someone that is I don't know why I want to say that, but as messed up as you think they are. um Again, move with your own discretion, but somewhere it does make me feel like the things that I'm defining are not, so to speak, like toxic traits. I guess I'm gonna say that they're just modifications or adjustments that need to be made to move forward with each other. um and I think that a healthy relationship is somewhere a myth that is being offered to us, due to all the circulating information on internet and self-proclaimed love gurus and things like that. I think it's a lot about, in my perspective, I guess it's a lot about two people that are committed to work on themselves, that then henceforth make a relationship work. So this is again a give and take type of situation where you can't stop growing yourself if you are scared that if I do all of the work, will they do the work or not? That is something you cannot control. So whatever you pick up about yourself in this reading is something you should definitely focus and highlight upon, rather than thinking about what they're not doing, because you are also participating in the creation of this situation that is right in front of you. So we have Three of Swords. I do feel like the situation hurts your person a lot. Mourning, it could be a version of them that used to be scared of deeper commitment, and I don't think it's as sad as you think. It is a bittersweet energy, because it's RIP to the old version of us that could have been more reckless. I guess that's what I'm hearing. However, for somebody, I'm hearing that this person is way better than the people that you've dated in your past for some reason. We have the Knight of Wands. This person does have a very eager and a swift energy, wanting to communicate with you, wanting to tell you exactly how they feel and what are they striving for in this connection. Because I think that the good intention is there. However, the maybe the applicability or the way in which they exercise or the way in which they show their love or their good intention is a bit twisted for you to understand. I guess you're not very um um what's the right word, you're not very used to, or you're not warmed up to the idea of this person, or you don't know them that well, it's possible. Okay, mortification. So this is a card that I'm hearing is for you. I am going to read about it. I am not sure what this really means. However, I can see the eye of a panther and a worm. This could talk about maybe fertilization and illumination with all the, sketch around it. So the drawing is pretty descriptive. Yeah, so this one says death, decay, and decomposition, fertilization. Well, that was pretty close. So, this says that what was once presentable is now despicable. Oh, this stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Oh, wow. So, I am filming this during the winter months. So, this is a deep transformation. The concept of hibernation really fascinates me because that's something that I have related in my own personal life and life and birth cycles that I go through in typically all the seasons of a year. So winter is something that is almost something very, very special for me, because I know that when spring comes, there's going to be uh, just something bigger and better. That's just how I personally feel, because I don't know if it's with you as well. I just think um when you are in sync with the natural cycles of life, and especially Mother Earth, a lot of these things symbolize life and your own transformation as life itself, as life, as just life on earth. And I think that this card is beautifully depicting this energy for you as well, that you are probably going through something that's very deep, transformative, and it's requiring for you to really peel off a layer of yourself, almost like a cockroach, when it lets go of its skin and it turns white in color. I'm not very I don't have a lot of knowledge about what that process is like. You could probably leave it in the comments for me and other people to know about it if you're aware of it. Um, However, that's something I have physically seen, and I think it does, represent another form of metamorphosis in different lives and organisms. And I think that, humans are so closely related to just the development of life, so evolution over here for you, I think, is really talking about letting go of a version of you that might be really painful and deep for you. But I'm going to assure you with my own personal experience that I think that once you it's like making better choices is difficult in the beginning, but then it becomes like a standard of living. So the more that you go through these process, you will realize and you will start seeing the silver lining in it, even if it is painful at times. It used to be really dreadful for me as well when I started off with my spiritual journey, but now it somewhere brings this, I don't know, this sense of a spark, because it always turns out to be way better and easier moving forward, um, when you understand that this is actually for you and your betterment. So I do feel the need to pull out a few cards to get the guidance that spirit has for you specifically. King of Swords, Four of Wands, Seven of Wands in reverse. So for a few of you, I got two types of messages. One of them was, oh, Three of Swords and the Moon again. So you might be really hurting, and whatever I say could probably just make you feel like, ugh, like I don't want to hear it. But it's fine, because I think that you need that time and compassion from yourself. However, you understand and relate with this part of your journey is completely up to you. It's not defined by me and my own progress, perhaps. So allow yourself to feel sad, allow yourself to feel, I don't know, maybe, I guess whatever you feel, sometimes maybe it is okay to feel sad for yourself because maybe the process is really difficult. The moon energy is the only major arcana. This is Cancerian energy, so you might be definitely feeling a sense of loss for some reason whatsoever. I'm not able to pinpoint on that. I think with the King of Swords and the Four of Wands with the Seven of Wands in reverse, you are someone that also is a bit defensive. That's something you cannot ignore about yourself. You know that you might not be comfortable yourself with being completely vulnerable or letting another person see where you come from. You could have shame. Your fear of being seen could come from, your past, or the shame that you carry for who you had been or what you had been, just trying to survive. I guess that's what I'm hearing. So something about that does make me feel like you will learn to accept deeper parts and versions of you through this phase, especially if you're finding this reading just right now. I think January will be very significant for most of you. And Capricorn is an energy that's constantly being, it's like surrounding me, which tells me that you're going to take tiny, promising steps towards your own evolution in this journey. So, Spirit wants you to not fear the process, most definitely. Don't fear it, don't dread it. Even if you still do, despite me saying it is completely fine, because that's your journey and you're completely allowed to feel however you really feel. Nobody can tell you how to feel, right? You're gonna feel what you feel at the end of the day. I'm also hearing comparison is a thief of joy. So try not to compare your journey with other people. It's not going to be the same. The rewards that you might get might not be for other people as well, right? There's always something special that is just for us. So I'm going to pull out a few channel messages from a self-curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. So we have, I lied when I said I didn't have feelings for you. I think this person has been going through so much within themselves that they don't quite feel the need. It's like prioritizing or compartmentalizing, and right now they're prioritizing their own well-being. Kind of like, I see this person, if they tell you how they feel, I think that the responsibility might become burdensome for them right now. You're the one for me. So there are very strong convictions in this person's mind. I think that they really like you, but the question is about like when, how, where. This person is so consumed with their own process that they don't really quite know where to take it. And I hear something about maybe a fun exercise would be, if usually a lot of my viewers are women. So if you were in the opposite gender and you had so many feelings in transformative phase, going through a transformative phase, I think maybe you would also want the space because you wouldn't want to jump into a relationship. Maybe because right now you know that you can take it a little bit easy and you're waiting for this person to take the lead. However, when I think that you would be in that leadership role, if hypothetically, if you were the man or in the masculine energy in this relationship, you know that you would also want to take some time for yourself. You are not someone that's hyper or eager to hyper fixated or very eager to jump into a relationship as of now, but maybe the burden of pressure goes on to this person because sometimes you want to run away from your own transformative phase, distract yourself from the pain, and you're like, why is this person not making the right moves? Okay, so you're my soulmate. I'm hearing something about it's easier said than done. And I think that you have an underlying fear of commitment. I know that there's something worth exploring here. The longer I don't confess my feelings, the heavier my heart gets. I'm feeling the consequences of my actions. If this person pushed you away, ghosted you, or has been acting very inconsistent, I think they are very well aware of what they're doing, okay? But somewhere I do feel like they're so consumed by something that's going on within them. I'm purging my wounds. Yeah. Okay, so Payal, number one, this was your reading. I'm gonna leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon. So you know whenever I upload next, let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I am gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, Pile. Number two, if you chose the card of You Are Not Alone, this will be your reading regarding what's the person on your mind thinking and feeling about you. There's something very specific about maybe this being a newer connection. This person is very attracted to you. However, they're very good at hiding that. I think that whatever they're showing you is like 1/4 of how attracted they could be to you, towards you, and something about your hair is very, very significant. Hair, nails, hand, feet. It's giving very, very feminine. Very feminine. So this could have been someone that was not really looking for a relationship or not that serious in life about relationships. And I feel almost as if having met you, they are somewhere getting very inclined towards pursuing this only if they have which I think they do, they think about you. It's like they might have other people in mind or in life or maybe other things, but you are the one that they know that is worthy of commitment. It's just who you are. A lot of it is up in the air. It's something that I don't think you will get a lot of physical proof about or for, because these are very hidden thoughts and feelings. Opposition in reverse. So this is imbalance, point of tension, and a power struggle. So I think I'm gonna say that this person has a very good understanding of who you are and what you want. Conjunction, okay. They have a very good understanding of what it would be like to be with a person like you. What type of a person do they see you as? Fifth house. Even though this is about passion, creativity, confidence, I feel this person actually sees you as a very serious person. We have, yeah, the first house and the Chiron. Individuality, approach to life. You have very set, you have a very stern presence, perspective, personality, and you have a set of rules or boundaries that are put in place. which this person knows you won't be crossing for them. I don't think that they think that they're that important for you. I think that this person knows that they need to put their big boy pants on for you, and I'm not quite sure if they are actually going to act on it, because even though they know all of this, there's an energy of like strong recognition of the fact that this is the type of person I'm dealing with and this is what they're going to want from me. However, the applicability aspect is something I am very, very doubtful of. It's a very 50-50 kind of a situation. Separation. So they see some sort of difference between the both of you. Maybe in values, or this is a type of connection or a dynamic where opposites attract each other. You both help each other liberate from your own fears and preconceived notions. I think that you have severely challenged this person to think outside of the box. When I say outside of the box, it means whatever they had confined themselves to, right? Somebody or person is a football player, a very sporty kind of a person, athletic. They could be shorter or they could be really tall. Just a very athletic, I think, Martian traits. So Aries is very strong over here. Also, Scorpio is what I am picking up. So this person could have big eyes, but they could be like, I don't know, like they could be slender. I don't think that's the right word to describe this. Like an almond, their eyes could be like almond. They have like really piercing eyes. And whenever this person looks at you, you can feel like they're trying to read you a little bit. Um, I feel like this is also the type of person you can't quite put a finger on what they're always thinking or doing. It's like they kind of contradict themselves or their state of being, or they're just a bit, um, there's some sort of melancholy to this person that you pick up, but they kind of hide it a bit too much. So, Jupiter. What they're looking and seeking for this connection is more emotional development. We have water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, spirituality, emotion, intuition, compassion. Since water is here again, over here again, given that I have been talking a lot about Scorpio and Pisces again, there's something about their eyes. So I think that when this person tends to think of you, they think a lot about how they really feel, and how lonely they have felt. And I think because you might be triggering this person and making them face certain paths which are not quite balanced within their own state of being. Um, and with how they see you as someone that's more playful and free in life, and they seek that harmony with you, with the conjunction. They seek that development to take place with you. but it makes me feel like right now they feel a little bit aloof or away from you. um they just don't feel like they're quite there yet. um and it worries them definitely. What will be the fate of this connection? Because as much as they want it, it is a question. What will happen? So there's the fear of taking this leap of faith. I think that's what the applicability aspect of it is missing. So we have the blue temple and lead. I am going to read about this. So I am hearing that lead is about their spiritual transformation, and the blue temple is about their view towards you and this connection and their intentions and aspirations for it. So a lot of what I am going to be talking about will be up in the air. That's what I said in the beginning, I think. So we're going to start off with lead. This is going to tell us what is your person's, I guess, state of mind. Your person seems to be quite sensitive yet arrogant. It's like they take things really closely to their heart, but you don't really get to know about it. That's what I'm feeling over here. So, lead talks about density, weight, and Saturn. And what they're telling me to read is the properties are heavy, dense, unwaveringly steady. Lead can arrive just in time to ground a situation, to bring an alchemist back to humble beginnings. We cannot ignore it. The impatient alchemist may be discouraged, as it reminds us of how far we have to go. Approach this card with reverence for the ongoing process, the stability of anchor. So, I think that in your person's spiritual process right now, a lot of it is making them question how do they envision a future or a relationship in their life? What is it that they would like to have? And I think that for them, they have not really thought about it, or they might have loosely thought about, like, yeah, this looks nice, that looks nice, this is nice. I saw a couple do that, I saw this in a movie, that looks fun. But realistically, touching base with what they think would really fulfill them as an individual with its own past histories and, its own childhood and its own preconceived notions, with what your person has experienced has made them into this person today, good and the bad. So, what does that good and bad need to have a greater future? One that it's like your person is a specific type of a plant. What type of water, food, fertilizer, weather conditions would help your person to grow? So, the type of nurturance that your person is looking from another person in a romantic relationship to grow and become the best version of themselves, the one that actually helps this person become a better version, is what this person is actually trying to figure out. Not things that they thought that look nice and yeah, this looks exciting and romantic and things like that. No. Realistically speaking, what type of person this person thinks that holding hands to the walk of life would help them become a better person and support them in the right areas that they need, or they might have felt handicapped. So if it's like just for very, you know maybe a small example would be that this person has been emotionally neglected in their childhood. So they would require a person that spends a lot of quality time. It also means that that person's intimacy and that person's presence might trigger this person because they're used to being alone. But the challenge is in the in moving in the opposite direction of it. So if this person struggles with loneliness, then it means that this person has to spend time building more greater connections in life, because they're so prone to sitting alone by themselves. They find comfort in the silence, but the thing is that they're hurting in the silence. So this person is going through a process of just understanding. I think I'm just going to say it's at a cognitive level, it's not at the applicability level. That's why it's up in the air, and you're not going to find proof of all of what I am explaining and picking up on an energetic level. So connecting with your person's energy again on a collective level is psychically, it does tell me a lot of perhaps understanding of the inner child, and understanding where this is not like, I guess a word to define this feeling would be where they have been holding themselves back. But it's not like they're consciously holding themselves back. These are chains that are invisible, and it's kind of like a glow in the dark pen. You have to use that specific type of a light to look at it. So I'm kind of seeing somebody spray painting like a silver color around them to see, so that those chains are visible to them, because they have not been visible. And the silver is obviously a metaphor for the lead over here, which was talking about stability. What has been preventing them to feel more stable in life, rather than handicapped and at the mercy of, or as a victim of what has happened to them. So so how does this affect in the way in which they vision you, and what are their intentions towards you? It was represented by the card Blue Temple. Let me find that. So the Blue Temple keywords are celestial realm, imagination, expansiveness. Welcome to the Blue Temple, the home of alchemical imagination. You know what I feel already with the vibes of this card. It's kind of saying you're breaking down old foundations to build the one that truly defines you. So it's a difficult process. I think the closer that I get to it, it is something that's very intricately hurting your person piece by piece, to take it out, look at it, and then see if it fits again or not, if they would like to use it. It's like creating a Lego land of your own, and but in hindsight, it's actually parts of you. So it's not all fun and games, it's actually very painful. So the inner eye opens and you become willing to see in a new way. Though potent blue slips away, through the color our imagination threads together experiences both grim and glorious. Think blue films, blue ribbons, the halls of heaven, harrows of melancholy. I said melancholy, thank you, Spirit. We are taken into the depths of mood, of tone, of rhythm of the blues. The internal mystery of the blue will only deepen as we study it. Blue is such a deep color. It's one of my favorite colors, because I think the color psychology of blue is that it tends to make you feel a lot more calmer, right? And red and orange and yellows are a lot more fiery colors. They invoke a more passionate sense within you, rather than one of calmness. So I think your person is again looking for their type. I'm going to say that. I think this is someone who is looking to understand what really works for them, not the type that they might have thought they wanted or liked. So this person is genuinely trying to figure out right now. I know it's not a lot about you, but I think at a deeper perspective, if you take a more deeper look at it, it's not just about you. Magician, again, this is talking so much about what they really want, rather than, I guess, what the idea of you looks like. It would be about figuring out more about who you are as a person, and does it fit in their life. But I think that their energy is not as focused on you, and you might feel like this reading doesn't give you that much insight, but you're wrong. I think this reading is telling you exactly what you need to know, but your ego wants to be fed in a manner where I tell you the things that this person finds attractive about you, or I tell you the things that this person likes about you, and what's promising, and what's going to come in the future. But in the reality, this is more about this person figuring out who they want, and I think that's a very good thing that is happening to them and for them, because ultimately it guides them towards the right person for them that will make them happy. And I think that's all about their journey right now. So the magician could also definitely represent an energy Gemini Virgo, where this person feels like you're a great communicator and you are someone that knows what you want, or you're still quite closer to knowing what you want than they are actually. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I think, if I'm being very honest right now, I've told you multiple times, they're not very well aware of the applicability factor. They're not sure what moves to make in this connection, simply because of the fact they don't exactly know what they want. And the fact that my throat was really struggling to say that is because this person somewhere, fears that you're going to figure out that they don't know what they want, and they don't want to quite let go of this option because they know you're a great option. But there might be a sense of, understanding between the both of you that maybe you are not for each other right now. So that doesn't have to be completely the reality of your situation, but for somebody, you have met this new person and you quite like them, and you're lonely, and this person fits all the tick boxes or checklist. They're good on paper for you, but in reality something about the connection is missing for you, and you know that. The Two of Pentacles, yeah, they're going back and forth because you're an amazing person, but somewhere it's like something is missing because maybe you're not their person. Some of you, this will take you a little bit longer to figure out what I'm actually saying, but for people that you have met a new person, something seems to be a bit off. You already know what I'm talking about in this reading. Six of Swords is also the energy of trying to figure out. I'm hearing rite of passage, something that represents maybe a birthright or something that's very well earned, something that you are meant to go through. And this being on top of the card of separation, again speaks volumes about the fact that the change that your person is going through is consuming a lot more of their energy than anything else that I can really tell you about their thoughts about this connection, because it seems all like somewhat of like a very great indecision in their life. And they feel like this relationship or jumping into it would be a mistake if they're not sure of it, just because they think that you're an amazing person. You might be a lot better than, I said this in the beginning, than a lot of options that they have. We have the card, the mind give to the mind and it gives back, inspiration, mood, cycle. Again, a lot about disbalance, a lot about hiding themselves from the reality of the situation. This person needs a bit more time to figure out who they are and what they really want. They need to manifest exactly what they want, and I think both of you did manifest each other with the level of understanding and comprehension you had of yourselves. I'm going to pull out a few channel messages from my self-related oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. I feel sorry for hurting you. So they might be inconsistent with their communication. Yeah, I go through you because I can't be held accountable for my actions. You're different than others I've been with or I've known. I might have pushed it too far this time. I think this is a lot about the fact they can't take it too far and then say that, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. That's what they're thinking about. You can't fix me by pouring into me. I need to fix myself. If you could see yourself the way I see you, I don't think it's a problem about some things or that you don't fit their, checklist and things like that. But something is missing over here. There could be a timing issue as well. I'm hiding a lot of thoughts and feelings. I use ambition to escape intimacy. And you're worth it all. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I am gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the card that says I am infinite, this will be your reading. So I am picking up on the energies of this being a newer person, or this person having developing feelings for you. There's something about deep contemplation or deep reflection, a lot of quiet time, thinking about you at night, thinking about the fact that they do like you and they want to take this forward. But it's a lot about maybe their own capabilities in this situation. I think that a lot of what we're going to discover are going to be their own internal dialogues, internal um not exactly struggle, but how this person tends to feel about maybe their ability to give into this connection equally. There is something about the ability to give, either it's with time, money, resources. I think that there's a lot that this person tends to think. I feel very anxious. It's like they don't accept it, or they find it difficult to accept to themselves that they know that they need to work, or they need to open themselves up in order to have you around. Because right now they don't see any issue with you just being you. Okay. But it's a lot about, well, like, what do I really know about myself? Okay. So something about the internal conflict is being represented by the card of New Pearl over here. And I want to pull out one card about how do you look in their eyes, or like how do they perceive you. Or I'm almost hearing the way in which they perceive you is the reason why they think they might not have enough to offer. I kind of want to see a little bit more about how this person is viewing you, and why does it make them feel like they might not have enough, or whatever it is, right? Okay. I'm gonna take one. So this one: releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. Oh, this person thinks that you are someone that they kind of see you as a little bit oblivious towards them. So that might not be true, but I kind of see this energy of, I see your inner child and their adult self in a park. Okay, so your inner child is just playing, and you know how kids are oblivious to their surroundings. It's like this person's adult self is kind of noticing you, not in a creepy manner, but yeah, they're really noticing you, and they're noticing that you don't really give a damn about anybody else. You're all about you. You're like welcoming, of course, but you're not someone that's going to attach themselves to people that don't really want to live life to the fullest. That's just how I can say it. Now, I do think that this person tends to think a little bit less of themselves when it comes towards you. And I don't think it's in a sense that they think so less of themselves or in comparison to you, but I think just the love aspect that is coming out right now, every human somewhere or the other has this feeling that, they're not worthy of it. So, I am infinite over here is talking about breaking out of the mold. All three piles so far have this notion, but I think that your pile is a lot more directed towards you. Um, I took a little bit of a break with pile 1 and 2. So I just remember second pile being quite directed towards the person. However, this one does differentiate in the sense I can see this energy directing towards you, which means that I have a lot more information to share on their insights and thoughts towards you. Okay. So, and might sound a little funny because I was under the weather for a while. So, but I really missed doing my work. So here I am. I hope I don't sound too funny. So the new pearl, that's what we are uncovering. So the new pearl, what was it about? What was it about? I forgot. Grit, irritation, waiting. I forgot what I said. What was it about? The new pearl emerges as an alchemical miracle, a sight unimaginable at the outset, such as the medicine of new pearl card. The work is underway, but the gem has not been formed yet. So I think what I can really pick up in terms of what is happening with your person, don't become petty and hasty. Don't worry about you right now. The entire ocean is your ally. I think that what I am picking up over here, I generally forgot why I pulled this card out. The intention of it is that I think that this person likes you, but the intention of where they want to take this connection is quite loosely formed right now. I don't think that they completely know what they want out of this connection, or like how are they going to make it happen. This does seem like a very strong masculine energy, so you could be dealing with a man, or you could be the feminine in this relationship or dynamic. This person is kind and thoughtful. This person is patient. This person is kind and thoughtful. That's what I hear. They are thinking about, they're like, they see you larger than life. Like, it's like you're very rare and unique to this person. What do they think about you? That's what I keep feeling more, intrigued to ask. There's something about your mind that I'm hearing. This person might have not known that they are a sapiosexual. There's something about the way that you speak and the way that you frame words. So we have this card. I'm going to take this, okay? Time, space, and self, infinity, reincarnation, 5D. Trust in the places you feel guided towards. You might be quite a philosophical person. That's what I'm picking up with this card. 24. There's a sense of you being quite enlightened in a sense, or just being, again, larger than life, bigger than, I don't know, you're unique and you're special to this person, and you're a lot more than they thought that they wanted, or handful. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know if I would say intimidation, but I think you're a big personality naturally for a lot of people. And you're just very different. That's what I'm gonna say. You're different. You're not like rest of the people, or something of that sort. Venus. Give and receive, find value, and see beauty. I guess I'm going to say a lot about your physical features. Yes, that's attractive, but this person is noticing what, see, like physical appearance is what attracts you to another person in the first go, and maybe a couple of goes after that. But what holds a person around you is your personality. And what makes them stick by is kind of like their love for you, right? So over here, I would say that it's the middle. It's also their feelings for you. Um, but it's also the fact that you have a hold on them because of who you are. They like your personality a lot more than how you look. Of course, looks are definitely there, but there's just something about the person that you are that this person keeps going through. It's like you keep flipping the same pages of a book, so it's kind of like maybe they replay your conversations. This person has already started noticing your quirks, your moles, or your little things that you do, or how often you scratch your face when you're nervous, is what I'm hearing. That's a very, very specific message. Or how you cross your legs and sit, or like for somebody, when you sit down, you're like very poised and you put your hands on your knees. Not in that manner, I mean, like, you, when you sit, your posture is straight up, so you kind of have this way about you that this person has noticed. And when you're not so in the moment, or when you're oblivious to them, you're oozing sex appeal. So there's a lot that this person has noticed about you. We have memory in reverse. They kind of think they're insignificant to you. Wisdom, and you don't quite acknowledge them. That's also what I am picking up over here. That's weird, because I think that you do acknowledge a lot about this person. Um, but I feel that um, you might feel like you have expressed more interest in this person than they have, and they could feel the same, which is very funny, because I think a fear of vulnerability is being highlighted in this reading. So with I am infinite, I think that the both of you at the end of the day are givers that are controlling each other, yourselves, not to give too much right now. And the anxiety keeps like coming back, and like it's like coming and going. Um it's a quite painful anxiety that I feel over here. It's I think repressed emotions type of an anxiety. Um This person wants to take you out again or ask you out if they have not. Let's see, how do they feel? Okay, I'm gonna dive into that now. Let's see. There's something about messaging, calling you. They often think about you late at night. I think you're that person that comes to their mind. There's a lot of serious planning. I can see somebody writing something down on a calendar, so maybe marking off days till the time they get to see you again, perhaps. If you guys see each other pretty often here and there, a routinely basis, this person looks forward to seeing your face. That's it. They don't really have to talk much, but it's just like they kind of just want to look at you. This deck is not okay. It spoke. We have the Star in reverse. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Tower in reverse. So what was it? Aquarius and Scorpio. We have Five of Wands, competition. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. The Empress, upright Taurus energy. The Knight of Wands is so much Wands energy over here. And the Four of Wands as well. I would almost think that I didn't shuffle the deck correctly, but I was shuffling it for a while. So there's so much fire. There's only passionate energy, and then there's major arcana. That's the weirdest spread I've ever come across. We have Devil and the Chariot. So I think, oh, Four of Cups. All right, the only cup energy that we have over here is of emotions. That is Four of Cups, which is re-evaluation, and then have the Seven of Cups. So I'm going to tell you that this person, the Chariot and the Devil, this is Cancer and Capricorn respectively. I feel like the cards have spoken a very different energy than what I have been channeling so far. I think that in their far-fetched thoughts, they are someone that you can rely upon. However, in the current moment, when you find this reading, this is timeless. But in the current moment, I'm going to tell you that energy is very driven by perhaps temporary gratification. I don't see a malicious energy. I just think there's a lot of eagerness to see you, to meet you, to spend more time with you, to interact with you, to perhaps hold your hand, to just experience you. And I don't think that this passionate energy um expands into a sexual endeavor. I don't think. I think that the passionate energy is very driven by kind of wanting to experience life with you, or just experience you, or get to know you furthermore. They're very allured and very tempted by your, I guess, the way your brain works. And the Chariot is a lot about things that you probably speak about things in a very passionate manner that they are very, very attracted to. And the Empress is the epitome of femininity. She is the pentacle, the, the cups, and the swords and the wands energy all combined together. She is everything that you would want in a woman, and that's why she's handful. It's like a page or a knight, and even a king cannot completely feel like he can satiate her or fulfill her or provide for her. That's the need for an emperor over here, and I cannot see any courting cards that nearly measure up to her, right? So I think that this person dabbles, in and out. It plays with the thought of being with you, I think, because there's a lot of focus that's on you rather than what they are like. Okay, the knight is also in the reverse, which is two, three steps below than the Empress. Again, there's not much that I see about quoting cards. I kind of have to read it in a traditional manner due to the lack of maybe swords. I guess the thought process seems to be not there. I guess, like, with the it's confusing because I don't pick up on somebody who's just interested in you physically. I feel like the impact, because I am a psychic intuitive reader, and I feel like this energy is quite based off the interaction and your personality that's got them hooked on to you. However, I think this person is not completely unlocked their own X factor, which makes me feel like it's not that they are not capable of having you. I think they're a little bit behind your, or maybe, in their journey. I feel like it's a little bit wrong to compare two people, because you're not really mm, no two people have the same path. But I'm just gonna say, I feel like this person might be a little bit behind. So this does seem like a connection that you would have to kind of keep teaching this person how to maybe become a real partner to you. I guess, yeah, I'm gonna say that maybe you do deserve better than this that you're looking at. I think you already knew that. I was picking up on this energy even when I started channeling, but I always don't jump the gun and say these things till the time maybe I understand the energy correctly. And I think that the cards are definitely showing that it's not that you wouldn't want to be with this person or can't be with this person or can't imagine a future with them, but I think it would be taxing in the sense if you are genuinely looking to tap into your full potential. Mothering somebody or constantly teaching another person how to be a man or a woman to you does take away from you exploring your potential, because you're taking 50% of that energy that you could pour into yourself into teaching somebody else how to be there for you. Does that make sense in the simplest form? That's what I honestly feel that's happening over here. I do want to glance over what is this person's shadow attribute that's actually holding them back. I think it's definitely this inability to give, and there could be xyz reasons why they haven't opened their heart chakra to another person. I don't think it's about lack of maturity or something, yada yada yada. I think there would be a lot of, there could be multiple reasons to it, but it's not that I'm saying this person is incapable. I just think that there's a very thin line over here in terms of being with someone that's not completely ripe. I guess that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so I think Spirit's way of communicating would be that you're dealing with someone that's not completely yoked as you are, okay? So, the shadow attribute for the artist, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as a starving artist to elicit pity. Ah, that is confusing. I'm gonna have to read into that. I think this person could have an imposter syndrome. I think they don't quite know themselves yet. Okay, maybe let's not go that far into like psychological analysis of this person's personality. I think the fact that there are no kings over here, because we're reading about masculine energy, it just, because if I had a king of wands or a cup or a pentacle or a king of swords, I would tell you that this person knows a bit about themselves, simply because they're not really showing up in anything other than, I guess, any quoting cards. It is telling me that they don't quite know themselves. That's why they feel a little bit behind, because you have mastered yourself to a level of empress, and that is all kudos to you. You put in that work. It's not to throw shade on the other person. Maybe their path will align them with their truest version in a bit, I guess. So it's not a competition, I guess, but it's why they're not able to decide on whether they want to come and pass you this as well as they'd like to, despite you being an amazing person. I think is because of the fact they know there's quite a gap between their true self, or the person that they want to be, and who they are right now. And if you have been on a journey of self discovery, you would know that it's not always like it looks like. It's like you thought of yourself as one person, but the more that you try to discover yourself, you figure out maybe you're not all that you wanted, but you're actually a little bit different than what you imaged yourself to be as. It's like variations and variables take place in the most unexpected form, and you realize that if I envision myself to be, just a very lame example, if I envision myself to be someone that actually wants to be a photographer, I realize that no, actually I am a musician. And that makes more sense because I actually took more time to kind of like dive deeper into myself, right? So I feel like they don't quite know themselves. I'm going to pull out a few channel messages to conclude this reading from my self curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this information, is given down below. My ego got the best of me. I don't think this person particularly comes across as an egomaniac or, arrogant person. I just think there's a lot of fronts and like masks with the Scorpio energy and the Aquarius. I didn't value what I had. I think this is referring to a past energy. You could take the messages as it feels fitting to your situation. I kind of feel like this person has not taken people in their past quite seriously. I want to ask you out. Yeah, it's like I said that, kind of counting days till the time they see you next. I don't feel worthy of your love. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I said. And I think a lot of it could revolve around, parental approval or what has been taught. And a lot of people that, sit down and take that path or road less taken are people that are trailblazers, because of course if you're walking, if you can see your path, and if you know where you're going, sometimes it's possible you're walking somebody else's path, like they say, but when you're walking your own, you don't really know, you feel lost, and that's when you know that's your path, because it's something that nobody else has done, because it's your own, right? And that's the most scariest shit. So I don't let you come close so that I don't get hurt. This is that reason why they don't quite open up. I think my childhood makes it difficult for me to be in a commitment. For some of you, this person has never been in a relationship. That's what I'm hearing. I know that there's something worth exploring here. Your person could have strong Taurus and 12th house Leo, or Taurus, or Capricorn, third house and fourth house. This could be you or your person. Pisces is very strong. You're very intuitive. You actually have a very good grasp on this person and how their brain works and what they're doing. So you should trust your instincts when it comes to this person. I can't resist the draw, and I hate the distance between us. I'm gonna leave this reading here. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I am gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose the card of Ignite Passion, this will be your reading. So, I do feel like this is one connection that brings a lot of chemistry. I'm hearing bodily reactions or reactive, so it does make your person feel some kind of way, especially sexually, or a very magnetic draw towards you. This does seem like a connection that has developed, or you have been in a commitment, or it's moving towards that, or it's just where you have known this person for quite some time. For some of you, this is under 4 months, and for some of you, this is 1 to 4 years. Um, Now, that's just an additional optional message. A lot of people would be watching this, so you have to see whatever fits, and whatever doesn't, just let it be. Okay, so we have Taurus in reverse, which is trust, patience, and sensuality. It does give me this feeling that certain changes are taking place in your own personality, and this person's personality, you're going through changes, and this person might be in some place, like they are kind of allowing it to take place, or they want to change. However, the resistance that they're meeting within themselves, in terms of maybe solidifying this connection or making it stronger between the both of you, seems like it's bringing out certain fears or feelings of resistance, which makes me feel like that mentally they want to move forward and they want to take it up a notch, is what I'm hearing, but the body is giving mixed signals, or the body is giving feelings of fear, anxiety. I think mainly it's a fear of abandonment. We have the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. There is this, I kind of feel like a question or a big decision that they need to make. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. They are a bit sensitive, or quite sensitive at this given point. So we have the Two of Swords in reverse. The Fool, upright reverse. Reverse. I'm taking cards as I feel guided to place them. We have Virgo twice, and we have Gemini. We have Seven of Swords in reverse. A very interesting spread. Nevertheless, we have the Moon and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the energy tells me that what they want is not how they're able to act, and it's a limitation within themselves. So it's kind of weird, and bear with me, but I think you already understand the fact that they want to be with you and they want to deepen this connection. The Hermit is giving me this energy of winters and kind of seeking for answers, and I think that they are aware of the answer. The Hermit, with the opening card of the spread, does tell me with the Virgo and the Taurus, there's a lot of energy which is talking about the corresponding energy in the back of the deck is also Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. They are aware that what is happening is not exactly fulfilling them, okay? The connection where it stands still between the both of you is not fulfilling them either. I think it's obvious that you could be also in this energy looking for more. However, I feel a little bit of indecision on your end as well. I think there is somewhere where I don't think you are 100% sold on stepping into a commitment with this person or deepening the bond. And I think that this person is fairly aware of what is required. They do seem like they are in a masculine energy over here. The Virgo is telling me about someone who is looking at small details, changes that need to be made. For somebody, you are in a long distance connection and this person is thinking about what needs to be done. They could be possibly thinking about shifting, making big changes, and I don't think they have a problem in uprooting their life or leaving a past lifestyle. It's the body how it's behaving, which is very funny because it's a rare energy that I do pick up. There is more of mental cooperation, and I think that suppressed emotions are coming in the form of maybe anxiety or rejection of your physical presence, because they are not quite aware of why do they feel the way they do, why are they so scared, and that's what they need to think a little bit more about with the Two of Swords. That is clarifying the Hermit. It does indicate that a decision has been made, however they're not able to act on it because moving forward we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool in reverse, which does account as wanting to take a leap of faith, which is not happening because they're not quite done wrapping up the cycle that needs to be wrapped in order for them to feel safe in pursuing this furthermore. There is a blockage that they are trying to conquer by themselves, and I think they are not telling people about it. This person could be in therapy for some of you, and I think that they are scared to unveil what is coming up for them because it does define a mother wound. It could talk about maybe intimacy or scared that it's like practically they want to take this leap of faith, but energetically it's not aligning, or they feel very bamboozled by the options or what steps to take, which is again contradictory to the fact I feel like mentally they're aware of what needs to be done. South Node, destined to release things and feelings that are destined to release over here. Four of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse does tell me they are quite aware of the fact, whether they tell this to you or not, that they are scared that the deeper they are getting, the more it might hurt them. So I feel like it could possibly be about the fact that they're physically rejecting you a little bit, because maybe being that close to you right now, because already something is hurting inside and you being around is somewhere triggering it a lot more. It's amplifying those emotions that are quite painful for them. The second house, this is possessions, material values, and self-worth, physical security. So it could be about making heavy lifestyle choices and changes in order to be with you. And I think that again, there's not much that I feel like. I think the situation is a little bit out of their hands, and a lot of what they want to do is not happening because the first step is self-compassion and understanding, and they are scared to open that Pandora's box. However, it is opening up slowly by slowly. Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Cups in reverse does indicate they are not happy with where it is. It's like they want more with you. There could be a part of denial. I don't know, it's like sometimes they tell themselves that they're going to take this slowly. Regret in reverse, they don't want to have regrets about not taking this forward or losing you to somebody else. Imagination and balance, they are, I think this person is actively manifesting change in this situation. However, they are scared of what it might look like. So it's like they know that they need to step out of their own comfort zone. but they are very scared of what it looks like, the uncertainty aspect of it, right? They are scared of it. And there's something probably about money. I think there are physical changes that are required to be made to have physical security, in the sense, I guess this person is looking forward at a lot of financial details at this point. The moon in reverse, oh, I said the moon in reverse, the moon upright Cancer, and the Ace of Pentacles does indicate maybe a fear of secure, maybe a fear or lack of security as of now. They're not quite sure what is the exact right move, and I think they sit up at night thinking about it, contemplating a lot. It is giving me some sort of energy where maybe if you're not in contact with this person, there's a lot of preparation that they are going through or doing for themselves, especially when it comes to the physical realm, like behind the scenes kind of thing, where this person is trying to sort out certain details in order to solidify this bond. And something about it makes me feel like if it doesn't happen right now, they think that this connection is going to dissipate, or they're going to lose you, or in their head it would just be like it's not meant to be. So there could be someone that quickly wraps up relationships. They could be someone that doesn't think about maybe other people's feelings. I think that the fact that they're not telling you about this all right now, it's kind of a bummer, right? You might be thinking there's like radio silence, there's nothing that they're telling you. You might be intuitively picking up on things that they're going through or watching tarot readings, but it's kind of like a surprise. I think their heart is in the right place. They want you for the long term, but the way in which they're maybe executing it is keeping you out in the cold. So, what is this connection like for them? That's what I'm hearing. We have iron, and I'm gonna pull out another card later on for what they're thinking about you. So I'm gonna read about iron. This is Martian energy, again, magnetism, reliability. Iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Iron is associated with the planet Mars, and it shares qualities of being strong, assertive, potentially warlike. What truly supports you? What have you already built? Again, this is a lot about the physical security. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in the place. Something about it very, very, very concretely makes me feel like this person is not satisfied with where your connection is, whether it talks about exclusivity, deepening the bonds, or maybe moving in together, maybe getting married, or making this relationship official, or deepening the bonds, or getting closer to you. Something about it makes me feel like there is this steadfast energy of feeling like and my needs are not being met. I want a lot more with this person. I want a lot more from them as well. And if it's not completely directed towards you, I pick up that if this is a woman that you're watching for, she's focused more upon making herself financially stable. And if this is a man, it's kind of in a primitive nature, that he's thinking about protecting and providing for you as well. So it could be about maybe career changes, it could be about making lifestyle changes. It's a lot about stepping into the role, into bigger shoes that they have kind of suspected for a really long time. But I think that the commitment does bring in a set of shared responsibilities that this person is a bit dicey about. Yeah, Seven of Cups. I get this sense, I don't know how to explain this, but I hope you catch it. It's like they know what they need to do, but it's so clogged by the fear that they almost don't know what to do, or they don't know how to do. It's kind of being, it's like, when you know exactly where to move forward towards or what next step you can actually take, but it seems like you have so much fear that it's brain clogging you, or you're just not able to think straight, even though the answer is in front of you. The Six of Pentacles again, Somewhere I'm hearing distribution of labor. Maybe they need to talk more about what they actually want. I think that they are not quite aware of it, but Seven of Cups with the Six of Pentacles could talk about maybe where they feel unfulfilled, or maybe where they need to make changes to feel fulfilled in this connection. There's a lot about this person knowing that they want you. However, the confusion lies in how to deliver it to you, or maybe if it's the right time to deliver it, because once they deliver it, it doesn't mean that they can just ask of you to give that, but they also have to give that to you. Queen of Wands. So I think that they are showing up in a very fiery energy as of now, where again, behind closed doors, there is an energy or secrecy of the fact that they want a lot more with you. So what are they planning, or what are their true intentions? What can I really connect with? The Knight of Pentacles, reliability. Reliability is a keyword that has shown up twice in your reading. Five of Pentacles, and then we have the Three of Cups. So I feel like there's a fear of missing out on you. Ace of Pentacles and the strength, whatever they want to communicate about deepening the bond with you does require a lot of, I guess, courage, because they have to live up to that. They can't just ask and run away. They can't bolt. And that's what they're scared of if they take this connection forward. They have to kind of live up to it, of course. So Five of Pentacles is also fear of maybe rejection, that they ask more and you're like, I'm not in a place right now to do that. Or I don't think it's a very big fear that you're not going to give that to them, but I do feel like either it's expressed by you or them. Somebody does feel unhappy in this connection. It could be the both of you, and this might actually come as a surprise to you, that your person also somewhere feels unfulfilled by the state of this connection, that they actually want to deepen it, and they're very well aware of it. I want to say one thing from spirit's end that I feel over here is that this person knows exactly what they're doing. So if they have pulled away, or they're making you feel like they're not around right now, trust me, they know that it's a bit painful for you. It's making you question them. But in their head, they're gonna match up or make it up to you by coming back stronger for you. So I don't know how comfortable you are with it. We have the card Visions and Manifestations. So there's some sort of like financial gain or something that has not arrived yet. I don't think this person is not doing well for themselves, but there's some sort of calculation going up in their head about what needs to be done more in order to have you permanently around. So they could be quite the jealous or the possessive type, and they do feel like if they don't um I guess kind of act on it, they can potentially lose you to somebody else. And you are somewhere a bit high maintenance for them. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think they've been living below the bare minimum of relationships, and that's why they think that you're high maintenance. I don't think you're high maintenance. I feel like you're quite humble, and in a sense, if I could say, quote unquote, affordable. I don't mean to offend you by that word, but I think it's just basic what you're asking for, what we required for them to, I guess, maybe put a ring on it or get exclusivity with you. I just think it challenges them. High maintenance is only for a person who thinks that they don't have that much to give. So I don't think there's anything as high maintenance in a sense. There are like 8 billion people on the planet of on the face of earth, and if one person doesn't do it for you, probably another could. Not to be too picky over here, I think that this is a situation where it's like a this or a that, I think, for your person, and they're very well aware of it. I think if they don't give you what you want, they know you're going to move on to somebody else. You are somebody that is high value to them. Again, I just get a sense, and there is no shade towards you. I just feel like their level of standards have been pretty low, and what they're seeing in you tends to become a bit high value or high maintenance for this person. I kind of want to see what are they going through during this gestation, hermit, whatever they like to call. For somebody or person is referring this to as the winter arc that has been profoundly famous on the internet lately. I do feel it is just another fancy word for the hibernation or reference to the winter season as of now. Okay, so we have smoke. Yes, definitely. Even before I begin to read about it, it's all about the illusions and the Seven of Cups, which started off with another deck opening card with the Knight of Pentacles, does tell me that it's like they know what they want, but they don't quite know what are the right moves to make at this point of time. What is the status? What are they thinking exactly right now? And what's going on with them at a spiritual level? We have the Judgment in reverse again. The discernment or their intuition is not really working right now. I think they need to purge a lot of emotions, and especially this fear that might be coming out of intimacy. The closer they get, the more that they invest in you, the greater the loss they can feel of you. And I think that one thing I would say, as someone, when we say or we talk about self trust, when we invest in another person, there's absolutely nothing you can do to control the outcome of a relationship, even if you've been with them for 5, 10, 25, 50 years. Okay, it's a lot about just having that trust within yourself and learning how to give yourself enough that you know if something happens, God forbid, to the connection, you are no longer together with each other, you know that you can handle yourself. So this person lacks that ability, or they don't know how to give or love themselves enough to maybe bear the loss of another person if by chance that happens. So the fear of investing already shows up, and that could be within you as well. You might be scared of investing because something about this person does make you feel like they're not a promising option or something like that. I could be wrong. Again, this would be not for everyone. We have the Page of Swords. You, on the other hand, I am hearing that you are someone that tends to hold on to grudges too tightly. So you might suffer with perfectionism, and I mean that you suffer with perfectionism because it does tend to hurt, hold yourself up to such high expectations that not only you can't complete them or fulfill them, but you also set high expectations or standards from other people. So right now there's a part of maybe you having rosy eye glasses, rose tinted glasses when you look at this person, because it's good that you're manifesting a greater version of them. However, you are kind of separating it from the human version of them, where you expect this person to never trip, fall, or by mistake hurt you. I think you're looking at it as a perfect image, which might be a hurdle in this connection. And I think this all returns back to your inability to forgive yourself because of the mistakes you have made in the past. So you kind of could, I feel like, yeah, you could have a lot of shame for what you have done to yourself or how your life has turned out so far. The Seven of Swords. Oh, this was the Seven of Wands in the reverse in the first spread. I don't think that that was a mistake. It was definitely meant to be read like that. But now that I know that this says power in reverse, Seven of Wands, and what was the card underneath here? Four of Cups. Again, this feeling defenseless or feeling weak once you step into a relationship or get deeper to another person, kind of viewing love as a weakness or intimacy, because you feel defenseless and you are afraid that you can potentially lose yourself in this connection. I recognize that I've used the word potentially quite a few times, which does indicate some sort of assumption on both of your ends regarding the success, or yeah, definitely, I think regarding the success of this connection between the both of you. The Seven of Wands is not always negatively read. I think over here it does talk about success or standing on your own ground. There could be a power dynamic that plays at a very minute level, I think, which does make me feel like it's possible that the both of you feel quite brain clogged or brain fogged, whatever you'd like to say, in terms of what needs to be done moving forward, because I think that certain clearance needs to take place, which is not a small purge. I think it's a set of maybe few programmings that need to be cleared out in order to have a clear perception of what is actually happening. Because I think both of you are a vibrational match. You are meeting each other at a level of emotional unavailability, excluding all other factors. And again, I want to say this specifically for this pile, that it's like it's a part of duality, it's a part of life where you will have to face your shadows, and that doesn't mean that you or the other person has to be perfect in order to be in a relationship, or you completely discard the relationship or the connection that you have with another person. So especially if you've been with them for a really long time, sometimes certain situations just require a lot of patience rather than maybe jumping to conclusions that, oh, this is not my person, or perhaps jumping to the conclusion that, oh, this is my person. I think that this situation requires for you to kind of tone down the judgments that you maybe have towards this person and the assessments that you're making about them before you actually take out the time to recognize what is hindering you or making you feel so anxious about the whole situation collectively. I don't think that this is a pile where if you resonate with most of the messages, you can point fingers right now, because you are also under some sort of illusion, whether it be about your own childhood wounds or your projections, or maybe making this person to be the bad guy, because a lot of it is stemming from some sort of abandonment, also loneliness. So I think one advice I do get is don't make assumptions right now. Let it play out the way it has to, because certain things need to be released in order to make sense of this connection right now. Cosmos, things are going exactly the way they are meant to as of now. So I'm gonna conclude this by pulling out a few channel messages from my self-curated oracle. Like if you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. I do hear something like it's the darkest at the dawn before the sun rises, or something like that. Okay, I wouldn't forgive you if I pulled a me on you. I think this person has started distancing themselves because of, I don't think it's anything deeper than the fact that you are triggering parts within them that they are maybe not so comfortable with, right? I do want to deepen this like you do. I feel like a burden, thank you spirit, because I think that there are two things. One of them that I have repetitively mentioned, they do want this to deepen, they're not satisfied with it. And secondly, I think what they're feeling right now just makes them feel this. This seems like the type of person that once they get really emotional or they're dealing with difficult emotions, they tend to go back to their cave. It is a trait of maybe just childhood coping mechanism, having to deal with difficult emotions by themselves. Matrix conditioning, again, they're operating out of things that they have been taught, and so are you. I'm searching for myself. It's very important that you let them be, even if it feels like you're losing them. Love isn't enough to make this work. I want validation because parts of me aren't healed. I want to express what I want with you, but I don't know if you want the same. This was there with the Four of Cups. What if they tell you that they want more and the answer is not reciprocated? I was in denial about wanting more with you. Okay, pile number 4. This was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button. Subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I am going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye.